To this, I'm live. Oh, I seem to be live. All right, it looks like I'm live. I downloaded some new software from Streamlabs. And I think I thought I screwed everything up. Now I think I'm streaming. Am I? Let's just make sure I'm streaming. Just gonna go to my channel real quick, just to be sure. I downloaded some new software. Yeah. From Streamlabs. All right, it's working. I thought I screwed everything up. It's working. Okay. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Surprise live stream for Thanksgiving, and we're going to try to do the news and not get me banned off of YouTube. It's been a while since I did a news blast on YouTube, so we're going to try it. I'm going to probably pull some punches here because it is YouTube. I tried to get on Rumble and Bitchute. Couldn't figure it out. The OBS doesn't seem to want to work on either one of those two platforms for some reason. And then I did it once on Streamlabs, I think, and that didn't work either. So I don't know. I don't know what software I need. If anybody knows what software I need to stream on Rumble and Bitchute, let me know, and I'll try that sometime in the future. But anyhow, welcome. If you haven't seen the news blast before, what I do is I skim the headlines with little Joan back there. Normally it's just her, but I also have little Stella here. My girlfriend's dog is guest dog today. And we skim the headlines so you don't have to. So let's see what's happening in the news on this Thanksgiving. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I had a delicious Thanksgiving. But I'm looking forward to my favorite part of Thanksgiving, and that is leftover time. That's when my mouth is watering just thinking about it. I make a turkey sandwich, and I eat some stuffing on the side, and that's it, baby. That's all I need, that turkey sandwich with fresh turkey and a little bit of cheese. Throw some Miracle Whip on that, maybe some lettuce for a little crunch, and then some stuffing on the side. Is there anything better? Is there anything better than the actual Thanksgiving dinner? Maybe. That was amazing. So I had dinner with the folks and my nephew. So it's a good time. Thanksgiving is a good time. All right. So anyhow, let's read the headlines. Sarah Beckstrom, one of the National Guardsmen, shot by a crazed gunman, dies. Oh, that's kind of a sad start. That's terrible. That is terrible. Well, now that dude's going to be charged with murder, and I don't expect him to get out of prison. In fact, I expect the Trump admin to go for the death penalty. Another U.S. Navy ship program cancellation. Good. They nixed a Constellation frigate. Constellation being the class of frigate, that's what I said, program after two ships half built. You might say, oh, that's a waste of money. Yeah, but you know how much money it is just to maintain these ships? I mean, it's ridiculous. Burma's pivotal role in the U.S.-China trade war has a chance for a strategic win. Okay. Coca-Cola gets sued by Johnny Cash estate for using unauthorized fake of his voice. I love Johnny Cash. Let's see. Mormon wives Whitney Leavitt sends clear message to haters after Dancing with the Stars elimination. I so don't care about this. I mean, I am not caring about this as hard as I possibly can. Holy F. Who watches this? Judge delivers defeat to Hannah Dugan's attempt to derail pending criminal trial. Accused of helping illegal alien criminal try to escape from federal officials. Adios. I believe she was a judge. Yeah. Far left Nation mag trashes Thanksgiving, says pilgrims were doomsday cultists. Time to reckon with America's radical origin. Oh my God, you people are ridiculous. I mean, it's one thing to criticize policy, right? Everybody has a critique of policy or politicians or whatever. But when you're this far left, like, just effing leave. Just effing leave. You got all these countries in the world. You think they're so much better than America. Go there. Go there. Go there and live your life there. And then go complain there. See how far you get. See how far you get in, I don't know, El Salvador complaining about the government. See how far you get in even just like France complaining about the government. I bet you don't get very far. I bet India doesn't give a rat's A what you say about their government, even if you became a citizen there. They'd be like, what? Shut up. God, the complaining. I'm so sick of the complaining. I mean, if you've got a critique, you got a better way of doing something. Sure. Maybe. Speak up. Offer a new policy. Something. But if, people don't like it, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Commies? These commies crack you up. They don't know anything about communism. Oh, but they're sure it'll work this time. Oh, they're sure. No, people won't be brutally murdered this time. No. There won't be a Stalin-like figure to take over everything. Not this time. Everybody will be good this time. You'll see. Hey, wait a minute. Why are you pushing me up against this wall? Top Uyghur official says Muslims stay silent on China's persecution. Well, I guess they do. Otherwise, they end up persecuted. I mean, there's a country. Go there, leftist. Yeah, go to China. Hassan Piker seems to love it so much. Why don't you live there? Become a Chinese citizen. Actually give up your U.S. citizenship, move to China. I bet you don't do it. And I bet you don't say... Nah, I don't want to curse. I bet you don't say anything about the Chinese government once you're over there. Once you're under their power, you'll be as quiet as a church mouse. Just doing your streams saying, oh, China's so great. I used to have a mansion. He won't, though. He won't. He's not stupid. Freedom from interest payments starts now. Whatever, gateway pundit. New York bank employee sentenced to probation for $25 million global laundry network. That seems pretty light for $25 million. I mean, come on. Cook County, Illinois establishes permanent guaranteed income program. Oh, what could possibly go wrong? $7.5 million to make a guaranteed basic income pilot program. Permanent. You people are completely woke-tarded. Your brains are cooked. It can't work. It absolutely can't work. Here's what'll happen. Now, I'm a writer, as you all know. You give me universal basic income, you think I'm going to work? No, I'm going to stay home and write all day. I'm just going to stay home and write. Create stuff. I won't even care if I make money then. Why the hell would I? If you give me a guaranteed basic income. But see, what's going to happen is everybody who's still in competition with each other, they're going to assume you already have, let's say it's $1,000 a month. Everybody who has an apartment complex is going to say, oh, well, these people are getting $1,000 a month. We could charge them $2,000 a month. It doesn't work. What you do is you turn zero to whatever it costs a month. Now that's zero. And if you piss away that money, you're really screwed. You people are so stupid for universal basic income. That's exactly what the Soviets guaranteed. It's exactly what the Chinese sort of guarantee. Oh, but you know, they can't actually do it, so they tell you, oh, well, you got to contribute. But they'll tell you how to contribute, and you'll contribute, or you'll go to the gulag. People are nuts. It won't work. Do you know how many people in this country already sit home and get stoned all friggin' day? You want to hand them universal basic income? They'll just be laughing. They'll be high and laughing at you at the same time. Oh, great. Now I have money for weed. People will lower their expectations underneath that $1,000 a month, whatever you're going to give them. Who's going to pay for this money? Who's going to pay for? I'm supposed to work and pay for these idiots to sit on the couch all day? No one's going to put up with that. Not for very long. Yeah, you could get some woke tards to vote for it. Oh, I love helping poor people. Yeah, until you see your next tax bill. Then suddenly helping poor people says, oh, I don't like this. I'm paying such high taxes now. I think I'll move. TV data guy has trends, cracks doggone funny joke on popular vote on Thanksgiving National Dog Show. There's a Thanksgiving National Dog Show? Guys, there's a Thanksgiving National Dog Show. Did any of these dogs... you guys wouldn't get into a dog show. You're too lazy. Flashback. Newsom's 2020 Thanksgiving rules should remind us of what true authoritarianism looks like. Okay. What was his rules in 2020? Was that during the shutdown? Let's see. The proclamation highlighted California's Truth and Healing Council push for a reframed narrative American history. One line captured the tone clearly. As California, through efforts like Truth and Healing Council, make progress toward a fuller accounting of our history, we nonetheless take time to celebrate friendship, generosity, and resilience today. Huh? Okay. So this was November 22nd, 2020. Newsom and the California Department of Public Health released new safety guidelines for all private gatherings. Now, these are all the ones that Newsom completely ignored by going to the French Laundry. No public gatherings, no organized events, private gatherings. Oh, these were not public gatherings, not organized events. These were private gatherings. The rules were stunning in their scope. No more than 3 households could gather, and every gathering had to be held outdoors. Californians were told to wrap up their Thanksgiving celebration within 2 hours. Guests could enter the house only to use the restroom and only if it was frequently sanitized. Imagine trying to enforce this, you maniacs. Mask had to stay on at all times except for the brief moments of eating or drinking. Oh yeah, that sounds like a load of fun. That's pretty good. Oh, take down your mask! Take it down! Oh my God, I'm so sorry! Even then, guests had to remain 6 feet apart from anyone outside their household. Once the bite or sip was finished, the mask had to go right back on. Singing, shouting, and chanting were strongly discouraged. If people insisted on doing them, they had to keep their voices at normal speaking volume and wear a face covering. Even seating arrangements were regulated, 6 feet in all directions between households. Food was to be served in disposable containers. Communal dishes were discouraged. Hand sanitizer needed to be available for constant use. This was not health guidance, it was lifestyle control. Yeah. Imagine the people who tried to do this. Would you even go? I wouldn't even bother. This is horrible. Thanks for the reminder. I gotta watch what I say. I nearly got into my pandemic rant. The War Zone podcast with Wayne Allen Root, presented by the Gateway Pundit. Police investigate after an American man found fatally stabbed in Tobago. Ooh, that's no good. OpenAI admits data breach after analytics partner hit by phishing attack. That's no bueno. Fuzzy Zoller, 2-time major champ, dies at 74. What a name. Fuzzy Zoller. New details emerge from investigation into the disappearance of an American citizen on a cruise ship excursion. I would never go on a cruise ship. Not in a million years. You want to get on a floating hotel. First off, they get out into international waters and suddenly the rules all change, right? I don't know what they're doing in terms of the employees. I saw it was like a 2020 special. This was years ago. How they dumping trash into the ocean and everything. So decadent. I just don't want that much decadence in my life. Do I like to go to a restaurant and, eat some really good food and maybe be served? Sure, but the cruise ship, man, it just feels like way too much. Way too much. I don't want to be on the water. Like, who cares? I was born on the land. I'm a land creature. People go on the water in these stupid cruises. It's like being locked in a floating hotel for days. Denver man who killed 5 people in crash was criminal repeat offender, out on parole. Terrible. Propaganda blunder. Democrat senator accidentally highlights Biden's epic failure. Okay. Cosmic butterfly seen stunning new image captured on telescope. This was in Chile. How is it a cosmic butterfly? Oh, it's a butterfly nebula. Neat. Americans who helped resettle Afghan allies feel betrayed by suspect DC terrorist who was given safe haven. Yeah, you should be. And you should really rethink your effing life. Yeah, rethink things. Look, it's fine to help people. It is. But, you see a guy lying on the ground begging for cash. You don't just give him cash. You just don't. Now, maybe if you pass by him a few times and maybe you talk to him, you kind of get to know him. Seems like a good guy. Maybe give him money. But maybe you heard about his story from somebody else in the neighborhood. But, it's just, you got to be careful of who you help. And those people have to be grateful. When you help people like the U.S. government help people, the U.S. government ain't just helping people. If the U.S. government, if all they did was help people, it would be a different world. It would be a very different world, and we'd be very broke. They help people because of political things. Now, do I think we should have helped some of the translators and whatnot in Afghanistan? Sure. But vet the damn guys. If this guy was on the brink of going cuckoo bananas, we'd say, oh, sorry, you can't come on the boat. Sorry, the plane's full. We'll come back for you. This guy was either unstable to begin with, and we brought him over, or I don't know what set this guy off. There definitely has to be an investigation. Am I live streaming? I don't even know. I guess I am. I don't know. A few people drifted in here. We'll see if it continues. I just wanted to... I'm recording either way, so hopefully this is working. What else? Canadian government seeking to take Freedom Convoy leader's truck. I don't like that. I like the Freedom Convoy. I hope you Canucks can someday honor them. Robert A.M. Stern, prominent New York City-born architect, renowned for Central Park staple, dead at 86. Yeah, a lot of bummer headlines today. Trump orders review of all green card holders from countries of concern after D.C. attack. Yes. Yeah. Especially the ones Biden let in. They were just letting in anybody. Balancer DAO starts discussing $8 million recovery plan after $110 million exploit cut TVL by 2/3. That's from CoinDesk. I only understood about half those words and what they mean. Trump targets Minnesota fraud by Somali immigrants. Long Island factory worker loses fingers in freak accident with food dicing machine. Oh, yeah. Don't like that. Scientists think they've detected lightning on Mars. Missing piece of the puzzle. Neat. What else? I skipped some of the headlines that don't look very interesting or that I already covered. Inside American Dream Life of alleged DC National Guard terrorist as neighbors reveal dramatic FBI raid. Why China's warning matters more than any UN reform debate, says RT. Take that with a grain of salt. Lefties melt down over moderate Dem Julie Menin, likely becoming New York City Council Speaker. Whine she'll sabotage Zoran Mandani. So let me get this straight. We got to rely on the one moderate Dem to keep Zoran Mandani in line? Bloody Thanksgiving Eve burst of violence in New York City leaves 7 shot in 4 hours. Whew. Stay the F out of New York for the next 10 years, I'll say. Just cross it off your list. I'm not going back anytime soon unless I absolutely... If you see me in New York, that means someone's paying me money, and I need it. That's the only reason you'll see me in New York. And you'll see me in the day, and then I'll be gone. Destroying Britain. Failing PM Starmer's new budget from hell imposes highest tax burden in history of the kingdom to fund labor welfare. Let me tell you, the Lotus Eaters were talking about this in a video called Doomsday Budget. It looks really bad. Like, some of the pub's taxes went from £18,500 a year to $73,000. That's how high the jackup is. They're going to crush every pub in Britain. And let me tell you, pub life is the life in Britain. You destroy the pubs, you might as well just say, hey, we're going to start a civil war. I mean, I think they're really headed for a civil war if this thing is enforced. Or they're going to go straight to, we'll remove all this if you sign up for digital ID. And I think they're going to push both. I think they're just going to destroy the UK and push for the digital ID. And make no mistake, Farage will come in and probably, assuming the election isn't completely rigged against him, he will come in and he'll remove some of that, but I bet he keeps the digital ID. Oh, 100%. And if we get digital ID here, forget it. You'll never get rid of it. It's just like the TSA. The TSA, I would get rid of it tomorrow. If you ever elect me president, the TSA will be gone. That'll be like top. Goodbye. I'll just eliminate it, however I can, and that'll be a top thing. And then I'll say, no, the airlines will do their own security, and they'll do a better job, in my view. Putin signals Trump-Ukraine peace plan could be basis for future deal. Sounds like they're backing off of it. DNC chair touts election win, says he never wants to hear about problem with young men again. Okay, dude. Young men have been complaining in my comments. You ever going to vote for the DNC again? I don't think you will. Quebec proposes ban to public prayer, harden laws against religious symbols. Yeah, Canada's in rough shape. Thieves nabbed 20 phones at New York City concert. As expert warns, music fans are targets of global network. So, where the hell were your phones? Are these like stolen right out of their hands? Let's see. State housing woes spiral out of control under blue governor. Ooh, place your bets. State housing woes. I don't think it's New Jersey. I'm going to say, yeah, let's go with California. That's a safe bet. California, got it. NATO chief rules out Russian veto on Ukraine joining alliances. Oh, LeMay is here. Hi, LeMay. Welcome. Yeah, I thought I'd do a random live stream. I'm still going to do one on Sunday. NATO chief rules out Russian veto on Ukraine joining alliance, erecting barrier towards peace. Over at Ground News, Trump orders rigorous examination of all green cards tied to country of concern. FBI raids home after 2 National Guard members shot near White House. U.S. group sues Apple over Congo conflict minerals. Okay, weird. A 6.0 magnitude earthquake rocks the Anchorage area of Alaska, largest since 2021. LSU confirms Kelly was fired without cause and is owed his full $54 million buyout. U.S. man found dead in Tobago. U.S. woman missing after not returning to cruise ship in Caribbean. No bueno. Over at Real Clear Politics, give thanks for freedom. An extraordinary concept, USA Today. Celebrate the new beacon of the American dream, RCP, the importance of gratitude for our country, Fox News. Yeah, there's been a lot of discussion about that on the internet. The first thing you need before you have gratitude is humility. right? Before you can be thankful, you have to be humble enough to be able to acknowledge that, something helped you or someone helped you. And then with that gratitude, comes wisdom, because you realize it's not all just about you. And as some say, happiness. 2 Guard members critically wounded in D.C. ambush. What is this? Yesterday's news? Bloomberg. Afghan national identified and suspect in D.C. attack at CNN. Dear Senator Slotkin, it's time to leave the doomsday cult. Substack. So you're trying to get her out of the DNC? She's a Dem, right? Slotkin? I think she is. Senator Slotkin. Yeah. Dem. Blueprint for Dem renewal lies in New Jersey and Virginia. The well news. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. Oh, dear God. Oh, God. Mikey Sherrill? No. Unfortunately, it's going to be Phil Murphy 2.0. I think she's going to lay low for a little while, do a couple of things here and there. But the building down here is going to continue, unfortunately. I think she's going to go after the Trump admin. I think she's going to try to push those wind farms back online, or at least 1 or 2 of them that maybe didn't get completely canceled yet. But the most thing I'm worried about right now is the building. They're building everything. And they're willing to tear down. They were willing to tear down a family farm in Middle Township. 150 years in the same family. They just wanted to grab the land and build affordable housing on it. Can you imagine? Like, you live in a town and you drive by this beautiful farm, 150 years old. It's got cows and fields. And then one day, oh yeah, the state comes in, steals it, and builds affordable housing. Turning your wonderful, nice town into, a nightmare. There's affordable housing in my neck of the woods, and let me tell you something. Everybody knows where the crime happened, and it's right there. It sucks, but where do you think criminals live? They don't have a lot of money, and when they do, they don't live in the sticks. It's, I don't think there should be no affordable housing. I just don't think the state should be involved saying, oh, we're going to build some there and 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 there. Yeah, when you're jamming the country full of illegal aliens and that you intend to have vote for you, oh, yeah, you need more housing. But when that stops, and thankfully it's slowing down, if not stopping, now you definitely don't need this housing. Hopefully housing will dry up and then, the prices will start slowly deflating. And it should be slow. So God forbid the blueprint for Dem renewal lies in New Jersey and Virginia. I don't know what happened to Virginia. Youngkin really dropped the ball, I think. Massive DEI fraud machine inside federal contracting complex. Peter Schweitzer on X. I'm not surprised. Trump's Obamacare plan is still not great, American prospect. I have no doubt. That's a tough one, man. I mean, it's not something to tackle before the midterms, that's for sure. Media now concerned about Trump's age. Of course, Sirius XM. We all knew this was going to happen. We all said this was going to happen during Biden. Biden was like flopping around, looking like the crypt keeper. And we all said, like, the moment Trump gets in, they'll say the same thing about him. They'll just say, oh, my God. Meanwhile, Biden was like, oh, he's young and vibrant. Oh, I can barely keep up with the man. These friggin' reporters. Trump is most accessible, energetic president in history, AMAC. When did Thanksgiving turkey become such a big deal, Vox? Listen, Vox, shut the F up. Turkey is delicious. You don't like it? You don't have to have turkey. You know what? Go out. I don't know. Go to one of your seminars about how you love indigenous people so much. Leave us the F alone to celebrate Thanksgiving. You wackadoos. GOP use Maha or lose it. Baltimore Sun. America needs a reset. Lunch is a good first step. RCP. America needs a reset. Don't give your child any AI companions. Substack. I think I would agree with that, especially now. Defeating groperism on conservative terms. Daniel McCarthy, The American Mind. Yes. Yeah, these groypers, they should not be accepted into the fold. There's not enough of them worth the votes. Quite plainly, there's just not enough of them. And to entertain these wackadoos is stupid. It's stupid. They should be marginalized because they are marginal. A lot of them are super anti-Semitic and racist, and I don't want anything to do with them. No. A Real Clear Thanksgiving. Real Clear Media Fund. All right, moving over to the Federalist. National Guard shooting suspect came from Afghanistan through Biden program. The real first Thanksgiving happened in Virginia 2 years before the Pilgrims. Let's see. I think I read these yesterday. Yeah, I did. Normally I do this on the other platforms, the green site, the orange site, and the black site. Antiwar.com. DC shooter worked with CIA-backed strike force. That's no bueno. What the F? What the F? Sorry, blowing up on the phone. U.S. plan for housing on Israeli side of Gaza. Okay. Again, I would like us to slowly step away from that mess in the Middle East. But Trump's plan seems to be working. So I'm willing to give it a shot. He's got a handle on a lot of it. A lot of the Arab countries signed on to the Abraham Accord. So hopefully this holds. U.S. bombs Somalia for the 101st time this year. No bueno. France and UK insist on troops to Ukraine. You know what? Let them fight it out. If they want to start World War III via Europe and Russia, knock yourselves out. Just keep us out of it. Rep Salazar, U.S. must go in Venezuela for oil. Ooh, I don't like the sound of that. No. Army officers seize power in Guinea-Bissau. Not sure where that is. Frontline, Baghdad announces U.S. coalition completes Iraq mission. Are we not out of there yet? Can we just leave? Nigeria declares nationwide emergency as mass kidnapping surge. Ooh, that sounds bad. British military trained in Israel amid Gaza genocide. MOD disclosures. I don't know if I like the sound of that. Over at Zero Hedge, Patel says ex-CIA linked Afghan shooter now under terrorism investigation. Good. Hundreds missing, scores dead in massive Hong Kong apartment inferno. Oh, I saw that picture yesterday. That did look bad. 3 renovation project leaders arrested over gross negligence. Yeah, I saw a couple of videos of construction in China. They do not have the same rules here. They basically, see, China's controlled economy. What they're going to do is they're going to say, here are the 10 things you have to do in order to stay in business here in China. You do all these 10 things, they don't really care what you do. As long as you're bringing in money, that's fine. And as long as you don't embarrass the party. And that's where it gets political. See, they don't care that people died. They care that it embarrasses the party, right? So now this is a huge national scandal. It's all over the world. They can't hide it. Yeah, they're going to throw guys into the gulag for cutting too many corners. But you see some of these videos online. I saw a dude, he's up on a balcony, like way up in one of these high rises that China's building all the time. And it's got like bars for like part of the balcony. And he just goes like this. He just shakes the bars and just pulls out of the foundation. You see the whole front of the balcony just crumbles away like it's nothing. Yeah, that's another reason never to go to China. Can you imagine staying in a Marriott there and you're just like leaning out over the hotel balcony? Oh, this is a pretty nice city. And then the whole balcony just goes, yeah, no thanks. I'll stay in the USA. Can the lost generation be found? A generation sidelined by debt, ideology, and stalled adulthood is drifting. It's rough, but you know, there are kids that get lost in every generation. Now, I've been arguing with the Gen Zers on my YouTube channel here, and look, again, it won't help you be negative. I get it. Things are tough. You can even make arguments for, oh, it's tougher than the previous generations. You might be right. You're definitely right in some aspects of that. But every generation has its problems, and it's all relative. The problems that I faced when back in the 80s, looking back on it now, I just go, oh yeah, they weren't as bad as I thought it was. But you're probably going to do that too. You're not going to look back over the time when you're in your 40s going, yeah, I had some really tough times, but I came out of it. No thanks to the boomers. No, you're going to give that all up. You're just going to be like, oh, yeah, eventually I figured things out and it wasn't so bad. You're not going through a depression. I mean, those guys had it pretty rough. But even those guys got through it. I mean, they cooked shoes, I think. I don't know. I saw it in the movie once. I feel bad for people who are having rough times, but listen to the adults to some extent. Try to listen to some of their wisdom, because they are trying to tell you things. Because, as I say, older people are not trying to solve your problems. They're trying to solve theirs. And some of the advice absolutely will not apply. But when I tell you to remain positive at all costs, I'm telling you, you're going to be better off. But you don't have to believe me. You'll figure it out eventually. OpenAI admits data breach after analytics partner hid phishing attack. NATO chief rules out Russian veto on Ukraine joining alliance, erecting barrier toward peace. Small retailers enter holiday season optimistic. I'm a small retailer, kinda. White House tells reporter to shut the F up for saying National Guard should never have been in D.C. Hey, awesome. Yes, that's exactly what we voted for. Trust me, you don't hate a journalist enough, as the saying goes. Drone strike hits major Iraqi Kurdistan gas field, plunging region into darkness. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. General Flynn calls for national address from Trump on color revolution threat. I don't know what that would do exactly. I'm not sure what he's asking. Flynn is not as... I don't know. It's a little too extreme in my view. What does Thanksgiving dinner cost in 2025? Now, Zero Hedge is pretty good on this stuff, so I would trust their deal on this. They know numbers. They're stock guys, so here we go. Here's the deal. A 16-pound turkey from 2024, this is down 16.3%. And that's the most important thing. Pumpkin pie, I don't give an F about pumpkin pie, is up 0.1%. So the same, basically. Sweet potatoes, 3 pounds, up 37%. I also hate sweet potatoes, so far, I'm okay. Milk, a gallon whole. I don't drink it because I'm mildly allergic. 16.3% is up. Cubed stuffing, down 9%. Love some stuffing. Rolls, 12, down 14.6%. Pie shells, down 0.8%. Fresh cranberries, down 2.8%. Green peas, up 17.2%. Blah. Hate green peas. Whipping cream, up 3.2%. I do like whipping cream, but I don't have it on any of this stuff. And a 1 pound veggie tray with carrots and celery, up 61.3%. Yeah, veggies are up. Veggies are definitely up. So, the total is $55.18 for a Thanksgiving meal. That's pretty good. This is for 10 people. That's a pretty good deal. It's down overall 5%. And really, the main thing's the turkey. The absolute main thing is the turkey, in my opinion. Turkey and stuffing. So, there you go. We're down. We're down on cost. We must resist the rise of the global censorship regime. Yes, we must. Sorry, Europe. Screw you. Screw you and your censorship. New York Post. Here's more on the National Guard's person. It's terrible. DC National Guard terror suspect suffered mental problems from fighting for CIA-backed Zero Unit. Then why was he allowed to roam free in our country? Three's a crowd. World's Strongest Woman winner talks sex life and resurfaced interview after title stripped over trans revelation. Yeah, you can't be the world's strongest woman if you've never been a woman. Okay, again, have your own category of trans women. No one would care. People would be fine with it. Okay, the winner of the Strongest Woman's contest is this person, and the woman of the strongest trans woman is this person. Go ahead. No, they don't want to because, and this person was 6'5", 400 pounds. Doesn't even appear to be in shape. The woman who came in second, and is now the strongest woman, an actual woman, was only 5 foot something and lost by 1 point. Like, nearly beat her, the trans person. And so that is, there's no way this 400-pound trans woman should have been in. A lot of it is just using her weight. The other woman's all muscled out. I mean, she's muscled up to the max. So, yeah, come on. Just have your own league. That would be fair. That would be the fairest way to do it. The women compete. The trans women compete. The men compete. The trans men compete. All two of them. Fair. Zoran Mamdani's radical rich transition team bodes ill for public safety. It's going to be bad. World Trade Center worker who narrowly escaped September 11th terror attacks beaten to death by 3 teens. Oh my God. Was this recent? That's awful. To jail. That's so horrible. I can't say this guy's name on YouTube, but oh God, I'm missing all my comments. LeMay, they have been cutting down forests to build warehouses and apartments. Oh, tofu dreg. JC is here. Flynn is a Q-tard. I think it depends on where you are, and most power lifters are big and fat. Not the woman who's now the strongest woman in the world. She was all muscled out. I think it was her low center of gravity and her very big muscles for her size that really helped her, be the power lifter. Because that low center of gravity, I believe, can help you if you're strong enough. Sorry, guys. I went so long normally without looking at the comments. I forgot you guys were here for a minute. But if you could see the name of this person in the center of the screen. All right, what else? Thousands celebrate 99th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. I went to this once, and I hated every damn minute of it. It's a nightmare. We had reservations at this restaurant, so we had to run through the city to get there. And what they do is they close off. Oh, there's a Stranger Things thing. They close off certain areas, and then to get across the street, we had to go down into the subway, and we eventually got to the restaurant, and it was just such not a big deal. We were like at a restaurant, like maybe on the 3rd floor, and then we could see stuff going by the windows, but it was like, the whole time I'm thinking to myself, why did we do this? This was such a hassle. There's a gazillion people. We're not even standing on the street to watch the parade. Not that I even wanted to. I had no interest in the parade. Perfectly fine seeing it on TV in a nice warm place with food. But no, we went all the way into the city for some insane reason. And we took the ferry, by the way. What a nightmare that was. Wolf filmed using tools exactly the way humans do it. in possible wildlife breakthrough. I mean, if the wolves are now using tools, we may be in trouble here. We may be in trouble. How the hell did the wolves get inside and eat this dude? Well, he picked the lock. And then he stole his television and then ate him. Cooked him on an open fire. I mean, Jesus, the wolves are using tools? He was filmed pulling bait out of a submerged crab trap, with some experts howling with glee that it could be the first documented evidence of the beast using tools. Female wolf was recently caught on camera wading into the ocean. That's kind of amazing. Sorry, I'm watching the comments now. Motor City All-Stars. Eminem makes surprise Thanksgiving halftime appearance at Lions-Packers game with Jack White. Don't care. Don't care about either one of them. Too much TDS from both of them. OpenAI blames misuse of Chat GPT after 16-year-old self-deletes following months of encouragement. That was my edit there. YouTube. So, that's sad. Bunch of people got punched with a weapon that shoots pieces of lead in New York. Mystery of who built over 900 multi-ton Eastern Island statues shocks researchers. Gargantuan heads on Easter Island may finally have tacked on an artist's credit, or several. Yeah, I can't imagine only one guy built them all. The statues are archaeological Disneyland. Okay. New research has led scientists to believe that each individual statue, called a moai, is most likely carved by competing clans or families. They've deemed 30 separate workshops where the statues were made, assessing a fresh 3D model featuring the island's main moai quarry. Oh, there it is. Look at that. So it looks like they were working on some, and I guess they just stopped eventually. Another piece of evidence pointing to no central management of moai construction is that scientists have determined that the carved statues were transported out of the quarry in several different directions, rather than along one main route. I mean, they're like 80 tons. It's crazy. Absolutely nuts. All right. What else? Miss Universe co-owner tied to Mexican criminal network dealing in drugs. That's no bueno. Bruce Willis' wife Emma Hemming shares heartbreak over navigating the holidays amid actor's dementia battle. Imagine being one of the most famous people in the world and not remembering your damn movie career. It's just so sad. I miss Bruce. So sad. He's a South Jersey boy from Pensgrove. Ukrainian refugee's boyfriend slams judge who let Chicago train burning suspect free despite 72 arrests. Yeah, that's no bueno. Ultra rare spotless giraffe Kipke dies at 2 years old, sparking zoo mystery. NYC takes booby prize as most stressed out city in the world, surprising absolutely no one. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't want to live in a city. It's too stressful. JC, Reagan didn't remember being president by the end. That's true. TikToker with 7 million followers dead at just 24. Yeah, I saw that. I talked about that yesterday. It's sad. I don't think he had 7 million, though. I think TikTok is way botted. Cape Crusaders dressing up as Batman makes subway commuters act like everyday superheroes, according to a study. Okay. Dressing up as Batman makes subway commuters treat each other more nicely, a recent study from Italy found. Well, cosplayers, you have your mission. Start taking the subway and feel free to dress up as Batman. That'll work out great until you get confronted by an actual criminal. Let's see. Wait a minute. Ray J arrested after pulling a gun on a strange wife during a disturbing live stream. Ray J reportedly complained about having the worst Thanksgiving in the effing world during his live stream. That all sounds pretty bad. Dude, pretty stupid for you to pull out a gun on your live stream for multiple reasons. Trump unveils new D.C. renovation project to remove Biden filth and incompetence. Good. What else? Sydney Sweeney. Looking kind of hot in that picture. Kind of hard to tell from so far away. More on Hong Kong. Megan Fox and MGK reunite for cozying outing with daughter Saga. I don't know, man. Megan Fox, what she's doing to her sons, yeah, it sounds like no bueno. She gonna make this girl a boy? Because she seems like she's making her boys into girls. PJ Media. What Charlie Kirk said about Biden's Afghan refugee crisis has a totally new meaning today. When campus editors fear the truth more than debate. How to respond to woke relatives today when they bring up the National Guard shooting. What are you bringing up the National Guard shooting at Thanksgiving? We had a very pleasant meal. We didn't talk politics. Don't talk politics at Thanksgiving. You maniacs. Daily Caller blame game. Deranged libs immediately blame Trump for National Guard shooting. How did MTG end up here? She did it to herself. I mean, between the stuff she did before to kind of get elected, and I don't know, she maybe took the wrong PAC money and now has to self-destruct and support a bunch of non-MAGA things. I don't know why. But the moment she went on The View, she lost every one of her core audience. I mean, The View? When The View invites you and treats you nice, you're not MAGA. Did you see Donald Trump Jr. on The View? I watched that episode just because I heard it was so bad. Somebody had posted it on YouTube. First off, Whoopi Goldberg refused to say Donald Trump's name because she made a giant deal about it, and they just treated him horribly. JEC, I think everyone is exhausted talking politics. Yes, I agree. That's why I decided to do this today. Daily Wire. Meet the hero National Guardsmen fighting for their lives. Unfortunately, the female is gone, but the other one, I assume, is still alive. Dem Senator posts performance piece blaming Trump for killing Thanksgiving gets lousy review. Killing Thanksgiving? A historian explains the history and traditions of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving under siege. Choose gratitude over woke outrage. Yes. A Thanksgiving reminder. Our kids still have a clear path forward. They do. They do. Look. The Gen Zers who are complaining. Again, complaining gets you nothing. Gets you absolutely nothing. You can complain all you want. It won't do you anything. It just wastes a bunch of time. You can complain to me. I don't know why. I don't have any power to change anything. If you want to complain about me about the Jersey Devil legend, I'll listen to you. I know about that. I have a lot of influence in that particular area. But, complaining that, I can't get a job. What are you complaining to me for? Go work on your resume or something. I mean, Jesus. I had to take a job parking cars in my 50s, dude. You're talking to the wrong guy if you're trying to complain to me about, oh my God, I can't get a job. It's tough. It's so tough. Yeah, okay. Try doing this in your 50s, dude. It's no bueno. It is big no bueno. JC, I mean, the housing market is finally collapsing, and they got that going for them. Yeah, that's how I got into this house. I mean, I can't afford it, but I mean, the only reason I even got into a house was because the housing market has to collapse. The housing is all the houses are completely inflated in terms of their pricing because everybody wants, that drives to some extent the real estate because you drive up the prices and you keep, guys out there who are like flipping houses, right? They're buying houses and, refurbishing them and selling them, making all this money. And that's driving part of the economy, but you can't do it forever. Eventually everybody has a house. That's why they keep stuffing the country full of immigrants, because it's like, oh, then we'll need more houses. Yeah, they'll vote Democrat. Yeah, they'll need more houses. You can't do it. You can't do it forever. And it drives the price up. Sure, you get more value, but now you have to pay more taxes. So everything is relative, dude. What you want is, right now, we want deflation. We want it to be slow, though. We don't want it to be, because that could cause damage to the economy. But if it's nice and slow, and it comes down, and it slowly goes back to where the prices should be. Like the houses in my area, probably about, I'd say roughly they should be around somewhere between 120K to 150K. But that's not what they're going for now. They're going for twice that, at least. JC, all the boomers have their liquidity wrapped up in their homes. Yeah, and they want that money to be as high as possible. I knew a guy who bought a house, and it was on sale for 260K. He got it for just under 200K. I mean, the boomer selling it wanted more. He held out for more. He held out for over a year, but eventually he waited too long, and the market goes up and down. You might get lucky and sell at peak price. I know I have relatives who, they wheeled and dealed in some Ocean City properties. They made out like bandits, absolute bandits. They bought in at the right time. Now that real estate market in Ocean City's through the roof. Oh man, you own some real estate in Ocean City, you sell it, you're still doing very well for yourself. And that's over just 20 years, which is a short time period to have something accrue of value. You're talking like double, triple the value. That's a great investment, even over 20 years. But that's not realistic. Most people can't do that. The housing should be cheaper, but the only way that's going to be cheaper is if you deflate everything, stop jamming the country full of people so we don't have to keep building all these houses, so there's fewer people, and therefore the people who are selling their houses have to lower the price, so you buy their house and it's not sitting empty. That's what has to happen. And it is happening, thank God. But it's going to be a little while before that really impacts the market. Probably next year it's going to start doing that. So this is the poor woman who died. It's a shame. Keith Urban, don't care. Don't know who that is. I don't know why I look at Daily Mail. Plastic surgeon reveals secrets of Tom Brady's changing face. Don't care. Fans hail best ever rendition of the national anthem on Thanksgiving and beg the NFL to get her to the Super Bowl. I didn't hear that one. I heard one that was all trumpet. That was pretty good. Tragedy as grandfather 88 shoots dead his loving wife of 65 years. Oh my God. Don't want to hear about that. All right, moving on to post-millennial. Let's see. DHS to terminate temporary protected status for Haitians. Yep. Adios. Former Army prosecutor tells Jen Psaki admin officials will be held accountable for following unlawful commands from Donald Trump. Again, there's no proof he's ever given any unlawful commands, and throwing out this kind of rhetoric is really, really not good. So I am for an investigation. If you can prove some of these idiots said to their staff, "Oh, I want to stir up, the military and get them to do something stupid, so we can get at Donald Trump," then maybe you can connect that, that stupid video where they say don't obey his illegal orders as some sort of, I don't know, intimidation. Certainly they should be censured. That's probably the mildest thing that could happen to them. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough to prove anything. They do have freedom of speech. Seattle area man charged with murder after honor killing of wife. That's no bueno. 55 suspected Afghan terrorists admitted to U.S. under Biden admin. What a shock. Seditious 6 lament targeted shooting of National Guardsmen after telling American troops were following illegal orders. I don't think that's why he did it. I think it sounds to me like this guy is cuckoo bananas, but we'll see. New West Virginia National Guardsmen shot in ambush attack were sworn in less than 24 hours prior, says Jeannie Piro. Wow, that's quick. Jim Banks demands Biden Afghan refugees be located, vetted immediately after D.C. National Guardsman shooting. National Guardsman out of surgery, recovering with family. So that must have been the other one. New Afghan suspect in National Guard shooting under terrorism investigation. Moving over to Breitbart. President Trump issues Thanksgiving proclamation. We offer our endless gratitude to Almighty God. God bestowed abundant blessings all across our land. Far left Nation Mag trashes Thanksgiving, says pilgrims were doomsday cultists. Bashir, prior to D.C. guard shooting, Dems don't have Achilles heel on immigration crime. I guess. Seditious 6 Dem not planning to sit down for FBI interview. Colorado lawmaker dies in multi-vehicle car crash. Every time a politician dies in a car crash, I always think it's very sus, right? Were they targeted for some reason? There was that guy who died in a plane crash, and then Al Franken took over his Senate role. I mean, I'm sure it's probably an accident, but I don't know. I always think they just axed that guy because they wanted him out of office. Pope Leo XIV sets off to Turkey and Lebanon on first international tour as pontiff. Katy Perry sues dying disabled 85-year-old veteran over property dispute. That's an old headline. That's from way back. She's been involved in that for a while. Singer calls out Swalwell for dodging questions about allowing men in women's locker rooms. Of course he does. Russia jails Ukrainian partisans over terrorism charges over a Crimea bridge bombing. Lane, what is government actually for? How terror leaders use their jihadist pseudonyms to confuse officials, build lore, and stay politically viable. Don't like that. Like father, like son, both Deion and Shadu Sanders make it hard to root for them. Yeah, a lot of professional athletes are that way. All right. Got modernity. This actually happened. This was... What the hell was it now? I saw this video and I already forgot about it. It's Tucker Carlson. Who the hell was he interviewing? Oh, gosh darn it. It wasn't about immigration. Like 90% of Paul Joseph Watson stuff is about immigration. Gosh, I can't remember. Miller's Somalification warning Dems flooding America with clans for power. Seditious Dems immediately blamed for a horrific attack on D.C. guardsmen. It's Piers Morgan. Damn it, I saw this video, but I already forgot what happened. Let me look it up in the actual article. I think there'll be an article with it, a description of the video. Oh, come on, hurry up. There we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, so somebody made a comment about, this again in the UK, they made a comment about a violent assault, and then the person who made the comment got treated more harshly than the person who actually assaulted someone. That's the UK in a nutshell right now. I wouldn't go. All right. Let's end on a laugh with the Babylon Bee. Family institutes Thanksgiving debate rules allowing 2-minute speeches with 1-minute rebuttal. Yeah, you might as well do that if you're going to talk politics. Reminder, if you leave your kids home alone this holiday season, make sure they have plenty of paint cans, blowtorches, and a cutout of Michael Jordan. Indians politely decline taste of Pilgrim's world-famous homemade smallpox casserole. And heaven confirms people who prefer ham at Thanksgiving will not enter the kingdom. Oh, and there's one more. Cheer up, libs. Here are 10 things even you can be thankful for this year. Okay. Number 1, Trump will probably die before he's 100, so he can only be president for like 20 more years. 2, Trump totally got owned by Jimmy Fallon or Kimmel or whatever his name is. The right is currently tearing itself to shreds, arguing about whether they should team up with literal Nazis. So the future for Democrats is pretty bright, actually. 4, you can still go back and rewatch your West Wing DVD box set. 5, there are lots of other countries to live other than America. Yes, go there. 6, the Handmaid's Tale's costume you were assigned is fairly comfortable. 7, pecan pie is delicious. 8, tofurkey. 9, you'll have 3 years until Vance becomes president and Trump gets relegated to vice president until Vance resigns, and then they switch places in a preconceived plan to circumvent the 22nd Amendment, but that's still a ways away. And 10, you'll always have climate change. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Thanks for tuning in to the surprise News Blast live stream on YouTube, because I couldn't figure out, again, the controls on Streamlabs, Rumble, Bitchute. I think my problem is using the OBS software. I think I may have to try to find some other software. If anybody has some other easy software that an idiot can use, please shoot me a link or a thing. But that's the news. Dogs, are you done with the news? Yeah, they're asleep. Yeah, pretty sleepy. So that's how boring the news is on this Thanksgiving. People in the chat, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I had turkey, I had stuffing, I had corn, and we have really good Jersey corn, because what we do, or what my mother does, is when she makes corn on the cob in the summer. Alex Ogle is here. Arg, I missed this? Still in Vietnam. Don't worry, I'm doing another live stream on Sunday. So every summer we have Jersey corn, which is amazing. But we'll get a couple of extra ears, and what my mother will do is she'll cut off, she'll make all the ears, and then she'll have 2 or 3 left over, and she'll cut all the corn off the cob and put it in a Ziploc bag and then freeze it, so we can have fresh Jersey corn in the winter. And let me tell you something, she pulled out a whole bunch of it tonight. Oh, so good. So good. And that was just the side dish. And there was broccoli. I had a little bit of that just to be healthy, There was a salad. I had some of that. I like salad. What else? Had some really good bread. Didn't have a lot of bread. Obviously, you have stuffing. I'm not into yams. Passed on the yams. No, thank you. Alex Ogle, put some pineapple on that thing. And then for dessert, we had, I'm not a pumpkin pie guy. I don't like pumpkin pie at all. I don't know why anybody does. It's made of squash. You know that, right? I hate all squashes. So I had, my mother makes me a chocolate pudding pie for holidays because she knows I hate pumpkin pie. So she'll make 2 pies. And so me and my nephew had the chocolate pudding pie with some whipped cream on the top. Ooh, that was good. It was a nice topper for our delicious Thanksgiving dinner. We didn't have spaghetti and meatballs. We didn't have enough people to do the double sort of meal that we normally sometimes do. So it was a little more, low key, since it was just the 4 of us. But we had a great time. I played some gin rummy with my nephew, and I actually beat him. He was beating me pretty handily throughout the entire game. And you play gin rummy. In this case, we were playing to 150. First person at 150 loses. So that's the way the game works. So I hit 141. and he was only at like 100, and it looked pretty bleak for me. But I slowly managed to win about 6 hands in a row, and I finally won. Alex Ogle says, I missed it. Who is Guest Dog? Well, let me see if I can show you. Guest Dog, come on up. Come up. Here, you want to come on this side? Come here. Come here. Yeah, it's Guest Dog. This is Stella. My girlfriend's dog, Stella. She's so happy. Oh, you're such a happy girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, Stella. I know. All right, we're going to take you out. Okay, we'll take you out. All right, I got to take Stella out. I know. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on Sunday on the live stream. And see you at Westville Brewery on Friday for the, what's the name? The Black Friday sale. Black Friday sale. So thanks for tuning in. See you in the next one. Okay, I think we're done.